Keith Lively, you're sitting in front of, what do you call this beast?
It's the all-wheel-drive 66 Impala. I'm pretty sure it's the only one in the country right now. It has been for about 10 years. It's one of my ideas. You sit on your base thinking, all right, what are we going to build next? Had a big block for it. We built a Copo car. We sat around with a wild idea about building an all-wheel drive car. And GMC Denali came up on auction. We made a bid on it. Kind of walked off, didn't think we got it. Got a phone call, wanted to know when we were going to come pay the bill and buy it. And turned out we got the Denali for almost nothing. Beautiful truck, we drove it home, started measuring it, and found out the wheelbase was real close. The motor would work, suspension. So next thing you knew, my wife walked up to the shop we had, and we had sawzalls cut the top off the Denali. She thought we lost our mind, but it worked out pretty good. 10 years later, there's my GMC Denali right there. In the last 10 years, we've been on all the power tours, long hauled it, numerous trips across country. Over 80,000 miles on the car in the last 10 years.
Wow, that's 6-liter LS engine, right?
6-liter LS engine, yeah. And a lot of y'all followed us about a couple years ago. Me and Jody, the guy behind the camera here, decided to do Hot Rod Power Tour, but we did a little different. So we let the viewers tell us where to go. So we started out in Birmingham, Alabama on a Monday. We finished up on Saturday in the Power Tour. Somebody sent us a message that we were only an hour and a half from the Great Lakes. Made a decision. We called the wives, told them we won't be home for another 2 days. Luckily, they love us very much or hate us, one of the two. They told us to go for it. We parked on the Great Lakes in that car right there. It was an incredible trip. We went to all these remote junkyards. Just called and asked them, do you have old cars? That's what we did for 5 days. We found some incredible stuff that are still out there.
I'd head on the power tour again. This is the 30th anniversary.
30th anniversary. I started in 2005. They came through Birmingham. I had a 68 Camaro, which I've still got it over here in the garage. We just thought, I'll go right there for the day and see what it's like. I got out there, and the first time I'd ever seen that many cars, there must have been 4,000 cars show up. Then they had this road course racing out there. I'd never been on a road course before, so they taught me to sign it up. I got down there, and I road course raced my car. That's the most fun I ever had. From that day on, I was a power tour junkie.
Your seat time in the all-wheel drive Impala, what was it like?
Well, Ron's very first ride.
My very first ride in this car was on the road course. It was the coned off road course, and it was difficult. It was very difficult. I'm sitting in a 1966 Impala with an all-wheel drive Denali frame with Keith Lively.
What's that, Ron? Everybody needs a 4,000-pound go-kart. That's what everybody needs.
So what I did was I strapped myself in really tight. I wedged an elbow in the 60-40 seat, and I pressed my body as tight as I could.
Yeah.
So we're going through the road course, and the thing is like astronaut training. It's like it sticks to the pavement, and the velocity will pin you against the door. Then I was pinned against Keith, and against the door again. And when we got out, we made some pretty good times.
Well, it has all-wheel drive.
Yeah, so, and they weren't expecting that. No. And the thing stuck to the road like glue.
Oh yeah, we could not swing it sideways. It has electronic body stability controls, analog brakes. So the computer really does all the driving. We just kind of aim it, and as long as you keep your foot in it.
And he kept his foot in it. And it was, like I said, it was like astronaut training.
Yeah.
So I get out, and someone points out that I'm bleeding. And I look down, and I'm bleeding profusely from my shin. Something on maybe the window roller, maybe the window crank or something.
They're brand new. So,
something cut me and kept cutting me, and I was unaware of it. And that whole blood, sweat, and tears thing, that's not just an expression.
It was adrenaline rush.
It's a family affair,
it's
right?
It's a family. He drives 66 GTO, and they tell we got a few in the family. We go every year. Now my sister goes, my niece goes. My grandson is, he just turned 15. This is his first year to drive. It's a grandfather-grandson thing. I raced it a lot. Actually, you ran it over somewhere in Iowa or somewhere. I mean, you raced it half the day up there. We actually had a friend tear his truck up on day one of Power Tour about 5 years ago. He broke a crank on day one of Power Tour, but we weren't coming home. We rented a U-Haul trailer, put it behind the all-wheel drive, and we drug that truck for 5 days on a Hot Rod Power Tour. Pull it down into the staging lanes with the trailer on it, unloaded the trailer in the staging lanes, would make passes on the track, loop back around, hook the trailer up, and then drive back out. This is gonna be the final year for this car. It goes up for sale. For sale, or it's gonna get put back in the garage. This right here is another family car we have. It's a big inspiration. So we have bought a 66 Tempest from some friends of ours. Hey, Valor. She let us be the caretaker for the 66 Tempest. We'll be running next year, and my grandson will probably be driving next year. I'm gonna jump in your passenger seat next time.
Oh, that's
So,
great. That's great.
It's time to hand the reins over to him, but I'm gonna keep the car though. But you know,
Tell them about how you found out you were taking this on Power Tour the first time. That's an awesome story.
well, we got a 68 Camaro we've taken many years. So me and my wife, she said she wanted me to build a car that was more creature comforts, you know, not a blower and, you know, not non-air car. So she wanted a car that had air conditioning, comfortable seats, roomy. So, okay, I'll build you one. Take me 2-3 years, I'll get it built. Well, we get about within 6 months of the Hot Rod Power Tour, me and my wife take our little 68 Camaro to a car show. It's cramped, it's hot, it's fun, it's loud. So she comes back and her girlfriends go upstairs, and me and the guys in the basement, we're messing with the car. And she comes back down, and they hand us a folder. And they open the folder up, and it's where she had registered the car, paid the dues, the hotels, everything for Hot Rod Power Tour for that car. At the time, it was hanging in the air. Wasn't no floorboard, no firewall. And she said, you got 6 months to finish the car. Literally fed me dinner every night in the basement for 6 months. I had great buddies that would show up on weekends, help me weld, grind, get the car together. We finished the car from basically a bare frame, no sheet metal. In 6 months, we had it running, painted. We finished it the night before we went to Texas. It was 10 o'clock at night the first time I drove it. The next morning, we left for Texas Speedway, I think. So the first tank of gas was on the way to Texas. It has 2 air conditioning units in it, yes, and it will freeze you out. It can get very cold even on the hottest days, no problem at all.
And that hood you got on there, that's people probably want you to build them one of those, right?
The hood is a one-off hand-built hood. I couldn't find the
Yeah,
hood.
that hood doesn't actually exist, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, that's about 80 hours of being mad, really, honestly.
How did you do it? How did like
What?
like was that an aftermarket?
No,
scoop,
I built it out of cardboard actually the first time. So after I built it out of cardboard and got the shape I like, we don't have like, I mean, I'm a home. We built it in the basement, you know. So we used the door frame in the basement to bend the sheet metal. We literally duct taped the sheet metal to the door and kept closing it until we got the curve bent. That's how we bent everything in the door of the basement. It was a metal door frame.
Right.
So
It really should have been a factory big block option for that car. It looks perfect.
But being that it's all-wheel drive, the motor sat about 1.5 inches higher than it needed to. So we had to have hood clearance anyway. So we come up with that design. It's kind of a knockoff to the early Corvettes.
From the L88 hood.
Yeah, kind of like the L88,
yeah.
but without the center bulge in it.
Yeah.
So
You definitely put your own spin on
well,
it. and looks great.
I wanted the error correct, and that's the hood scoop kind of matched that error. So
It does.
yeah.
It really does.
Jody's raced it numerous times behind the guy behind the camera. He's raced it a bunch of times. Matter of fact, funny story. We got to racing a couple of guys playing around on the Power Tour a few years ago. Then before we realized it, we were no longer on the Power Tour run. We had missed the exit by about 6 miles. And so the whole group of us just pulled over, and we were lost because we were playing too much. So
I think we're in a cornfield somewhere
yeah,
out
we
there.
started seeing cornfield. We knew we were in the wrong place.
Is playing in street racing the same thing?
No.
We were
Play.
back country road. It was beautiful country. We were running down these curvy hills. I mean, the view was incredible. And then we realized we weren't going the direction we wanted to. We were so busy watching the views and the cars ahead of us that we didn't know they weren't on the Power Tour.
So it was great. Well, a mile straightaways with a hard
Mile
90-degree turn, and
Exactly.
then
It was a
Oh, I bet that was incredible.
Oh, it
that
was.
car.
It was. You develop your hot rod Power Tour family. You got friends that you don't talk to all year long. The phone calls, the emails start up. Where are we going? What are we doing? Is your car ready? Do you need anything? Brian out of Foley, Alabama, a 65 station wagon. Everybody knows Brian, the big block station wagon guy. Talks to everybody, stands about 9 foot tall. Great
Everybody
guy.
knows Brian.
It became a family. We got
Matter of fact, Brian can go on the entire tour, no matter what part of the United States it is, and stay with different friends that he's made over the years.
We got Gail. She has the only pink Chevelle, the breast country Chevelle, 71.
71.
Everybody knows Gail. It's the only pink Chevelle there is. Gail has been on every Power Tour since, I think it started in 1995, I think. But that car probably got 1 million miles on it. You know, Junkyard Life had a chance to work on that car, 2 years ago? We got a chance to rebuild that car, and it was It was a huge honor for us. We worked on it. We put it's got a new Edelbrock 350 in it, turnaround, and it's an incredible car. That's part of the family we developed. We ride with these people every year. There's a large group of us that we only see each other for power tour. But yeah, it's a great way to meet people and expand your hot rod
Horizons.
family. Yeah, your hot rod family.
Your hot rod horizons.
Yeah, hot rod horizons.
All right, we'll look for the all-wheel drive 66 Impala. Keith will be behind the wheel, maybe his grandson, who
Maybe
knows?
grandson, yeah. Like I said, we're going to take a chance. It is for sale, but you will see it on a road course. You'll see it on a drag strip. If somebody breaks down, you'll see it with the U-Haul trailer behind the pull.
You may see the Monte Carlo a little bit behind. Probably not keeping up as fast as you going, but 85 Monte Carlo SS.
Although it is for sale this year, we did get a little bored with it, so we have up to tune in it. Swapped exhaust, swapped transmissions out, did some more performance tuning to it. Grandson coming the last year, we decided to go all out, so we upped the horsepower, we upped the shifting, we upped the launch capabilities. It's our last run in the car. We're gonna have fun this year.
Speaking of all out, you have been on Pink's All Out before,
I have
so
been on
that's
Pink's All Out, yeah,
that's in the history books.
That's
But
in
hey,
the history books. Yeah, I've run that all the time too.
you still own the car that was on it.
I still own the car from Pink's All Out. Like I said, next year we're gonna be in a hopefully a very cool 66 Tempest, y'all.
That really is a cool car.
Yeah.
A
All right.
post sedan, I might
Post
add.
sedan car, yeah.
Well, we'll see you on the road, Keith. Hot Rod Power Tour 2024.
See y'all.
Thanks for watching Junkyard Life, story beneath the rust.